Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. F-Dash here with F-Dash TV. I've got another player spotlight ready to queue up for you. Hope you guys enjoy this discussion that you're about to hear. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright guys, we're back again with another player spotlight. So today I have another Card Monsters video connoisseur. You may know him as Rick or Bacoon. Welcome to the show. How are you today?
Thanks, F-Dash. I'm good.
Good.
How are you?
I'm well. Thank you for asking. I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to appear on the Player Spotlight. I appreciate it very much.
No problem. It's an honor.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself. When you're not card monstering, what are you doing?
For the past 3 years, I had saved up a lot, and I've just been a dad, cooking, helping out with the housework, helping out with everything, and streaming at night. That's what I've been doing the past years. Before that, I did a lot of different jobs, a lot of different things, apprenticeship, tried studying, but studying is like school, so that's not my thing. That got uninteresting once I had to start writing books about topics that weren't that exciting.
Right.
Yeah.
So you touched on...
Yeah, sorry.
No problem. So you touched on streaming. So you do have your own nice little channel here, Bacoon and Friends. What kind of games do you stream on here?
I streamed a lot of games, actually, mostly CSGO. For a while, I was, I really had the time, and I was investing my efforts into making a dream team and teaching people who had potential, to go that extra step and take it more seriously. Before that, I was playing all kinds of games. And when I had my injury, I injured my wrists, playing a little bit too much, being a dad too much, carrying the kids around, and streaming like 10 to 12 hours a night.
Wow.
And I did some 24-hour streams, and then I did a open-end stream, and that went like 36 hours, and I only streamed CSGO at high intense pace. So yeah, I injured myself because I was feeling too invincible. Things were going really well.
Wow.
And then I started streaming all kinds of other things like Elite Dangerous. I don't know if you've heard of that game.
I haven't.
It's a space simulation game where you can even set it to be a real flight simulator. So you use 2 joysticks and a huge set of keys to navigate through space. It's really nifty. I really love the flight assist off version of it. It's really hard to control, but once you get used to it, it's a crazy feeling.
Nice.
To drift through space. It's an amazing game. Really cool game.
Yeah, I'll have to catch it.
Off too long on that one.
I'll have to catch it next time you stream it. Sounds very interesting.
Yeah, when I do stream it, I'll definitely hit you up on that one.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was just trying different kinds of, I was using controllers and joysticks to use different things so I could continue streaming without injuring myself further.
Right.
Kind of thing. Yeah. So I love to test games. My email address is hardcore game testing. I have a friend, Mr. Winter, who, with him, I've tested just, hundreds of games because we like to see, what kind of ideas people have. We like to break down the games and see what's going on inside the mechanics and what's faulty and what's a good idea and what's great about the game, and talk about games for hours and hours.
Well, we don't have hours and hours here. But...
Sorry, dude.
No problem.
I get carried away. You gotta stop me, man.
Gotcha. So, in terms of Card Monsters, you're quote-unquote relatively new to the scene. You've been playing for the last few months. But you've already managed to make a really good impression in the community. I mean, people know you definitely
Right.
from your own Discord, and of course from your streaming. What do you attribute that to exactly?
I don't know. I think it's more of a timing thing. I feel like people like Manitar and other names that I can't think of right away. People disappeared, or people who were big figures of the community just disappeared, and there was room for someone who's obnoxious and annoying and provocative. Maybe I don't know.
Nice.
I'd say it that way. I don't know. It's a hard question. Um,
I asked the hard questions here on F TV.
yeah, yeah. That one's really. I've been thinking about that one for a while now. That one's.
So, you talked about how you stream a lot of CS:GO. For those uninitiated, that's Counter Strike Go, which is a first-person shooter, which is very different than Card Monsters. So, how did you come about Card Monsters?
Well, at the birth of my second child, I didn't have much time to do anything else but like cook, clean, shop, take care of the kids, and I didn't have time to stream at night because I was exhausted. Like so, I just was looking for some phone games, and I like card games. I've always liked card games. I love that campfire feeling during vacation, playing cards through the night and hanging out with friends. I love that. My dad was always he loved card games as well, so I don't know. And I found this game, and it was just nice. It was smooth. It was simple. It was quick games that I could just play. While I was cooking, I could just play it on the side. I Sorry for any guys that had to wait for me sometimes when I was a little slow. you know, yeah, if the burgers started burning or stuff like that.
Yeah, I've had moments like that.
Sorry, Nick. Anyway, yeah.
So let's talk about the latest update, right? So the latest update was 1.31, I believe. Allegedly, there's 1.32 coming out on Tuesday, but don't worry about that. So the latest update. What's your favorite card from this update, or item, or both?
My favorite card of this update. I have to look again.
I mean, you got
Hard.
the Beauty Ninja, the Chase guy, the Abyss Knight, I think is what his name is.
The Abyss Knight is. I'd give it the most interesting, like bonus because it's a new ability.
Right.
There's a lot of fear cards that were added, like those dwarves and the boomerang, and so now I can see fear like actually being something viable. So I think that's a really interesting card. Um, and then the Beauty Ninja is an amazing sack. I think it's OP to be honest, but I haven't tested it thoroughly enough to really notice if it can really be used that well. Um, but it's the stats are amazing.
Right.
Um, I mean, there's a lot of great cards. This new update brought a lot of great cards. A lot of interesting ones like Cloud Archer. Can that be viable?
With the 1 HP, right? It's very
Yeah,
interesting.
can that fucking be viable, especially with all the AoE that was added?
Right.
And the AoE magic now. Now we're gonna see some more AoE magic decks and
Yeah, with the new actual Blue Dragon, it's coming back for sure.
with the latest edition of the Fox Ninjas and all the evac creatures and the evac items and the anti-thorn shields. And oh man, like the game is definitely gonna change very fast, very much right now.
Which is good because it was getting a little
Yeah.
stale, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think it's great. I think they're doing it they're doing it just at the right time, like just when it's about to get too stale.
Right.
Like with Wolf Spiders, it was already kind of too stale when they did it, but it was pretty much on time. I feel other games like Hearthstone, they let it get stale way before they update. But that's also because it's a huge community and they find the meta faster. They can find the best, most effective strategies much faster than the smaller community can.
Right. So, what's a card or item that you think personally is amazing, but that no one else is talking about?
That's another question. That's really difficult to say.
Or like not enough people are talking about it?
An underdog card.
Yeah.
I mean, Night Thief is being talked about, but not as much as it should. But that's probably because people aren't ready to invest in a one-cost stall card.
Right. I'm
Um,
not. I have two, but I haven't put anything into her.
yeah, I think she's better than people expect, and later on, people will probably take her more. But maybe that's going to happen with the next update
Hmm.
or with the next upgrade, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Um,
I want to replace my Gerbips with her, but the Gerbips, I don't know, because they could do position one and two. She can kind of only do one, but she can stall. I don't know.
I think my favorite underdog is probably, where is it? Arcane Garbage. Um,
That's the one with splash damage too, right?
yeah, it's the. But now there's Aeon, and Aeon is a new card, which is basically an Arcane Garbage with one extra damage.
Hmm.
So now there's a new boss in town that people are not talking about.
Yeah, I
And
used.
Arcane Garbage definitely surprises a lot of people. And
Yeah,
with Aeon, I think that one extra damage can make it. Think about it. That's on paper. If the enemy has a full board, that's 7 damage. I mean, 7 damage for 2 cost. That's really efficient damage,
right, for sure.
and you can stall with it around. You can tank a big hit. So yeah, that's my underdog, I think.
Nice. Heard it here first, people. Get your arcane garbages out.
Get your Aeons. Craft those
Aeons, Aeons too.
yeah, get those Aeons out of your packs.
So again, as somebody who comes from the world of first-person shooters with these large communities, how do you view our humble little card monster community that we have here?
That's a tough question too. It's cute. I like it. I feel comfortable. It's kind of like a small town feeling sometimes. I was very used to big communities. I mean, I played World of Warcraft. I played CS:GO. I played a lot of the big games that people know about. I played a lot of weird games on the side too. But yeah, I'm just used to huge communities, toxic communities. Like CS:GO is an extremely toxic community. If you guys ban people for not having the same opinion in the Discord, then you can't imagine what it's like in CS when you just make a simple stupid mistake that anyone can make. It's um, vicious in big scenes, but at the same time, you know, you get a lot more info, a lot more content, a lot more help, a lot more. Um, yeah, things just evolve much quicker. Um, so I really am enjoying the slower pace, the because you don't have all those crazy no-lifers who just immediately find everything out and post it on Reddit, or
No
you know,
lifers. I like it.
you can't find 1,000 videos explaining every detail of the mechanics of the game like you can with CS.
Right.
So so there's a lot of mystery still. There's a lot of still a lot of room left for style and for you know it's not that meta heavy actually. People talk about the meta a lot in this game, but uh,
It's
the
changed.
meta it's changing. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's changing constantly, and it really depends on what people are playing, and you have to kind of. And then the most effective strategy is finding a counter to that instead of playing the same exact deck and just getting that 50-50.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. There's something about this game that's really special compared to other card games. I don't like the idea of leveling up cards. I don't think that makes sense too much for a card game, but somehow I've started liking it because it allows that change as well. It's another way of also rebalancing and resetting the balance in different ways and stuff like that. So
Right.
it
Right.
gives new flair every time.
Now, yeah, if they would just unlock the abilities for items, then we'd be talking. But we'll see when they do that.
Well, when that happens, that's when flashcards will lose a little bit of value, and
Mm.
when it might be pretty balanced actually between flashcards and items.
Yeah.
And after that, I don't know. They're gonna have to somehow let items get leveled up because flashcards. I mean, because eventually they'll be too weak.
Which maybe is their point for endgame. I don't know, but
Maybe, maybe,
because they are cheap and they're kind of OP.
maybe they're just the way they. Maybe it's just they want to have them like as a little bit of extra damage, or they add stronger flashcards to replace them, or whatever.
Right.
Who knows?
So you probably somewhere in that answer you probably answered this next question, but I'll ask it anyway.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, it was a good answer. Overall, what are your thoughts on the potential that this game has?
I think it's going to stay a niche game. I think that Blizzard overshadows all alternatives to these kind of games.
Mhm.
Blizzard has a huge uh, background and fan base, kind of like Lord of the Rings or Star Wars type fan base,
Right.
and so um, that's indestructible for a long time. Um, and so Hearthstone is going to reign with the online card games, just like World of Warcraft reigns in the MMOs. I think. But as a niche game, I don't think it's going to die. I think that this game keeps attracting new people. It has good ratings on Google Play. It's attractive, and compared to other card games on the phone, other alternatives are really grindy and annoying, like Yu-Gi-Oh, for example. It's just so difficult to click your way through the lag fest to get just such tiny amounts of materials to get cards. It's really dreadful compared to this game. So I felt like this game was also very generous about the whole thing, and I felt like I, kept getting enough cards to keep being satisfied with building new things, and not get bored with playing the same deck all the time and people changing it up, and so I stuck around. I don't know. I almost gave up on it because I was like, it's a very simple game, but then I just kept finding new reasons to stay and new reasons because I kept getting new ideas and wanting to make new decks. And when I met people like Angelic and Gold and Bry and stuff, they just, they all have a different way of seeing the game, and it just gets really, just got a lot more depth from meeting the community and, meeting Luzarius and, and his view on things, and some of the admins and Manitar coming back, and Sig and Astartes' view on things. They all have very different ways. Astartes is more of a calculating guy, and he's very much focused on the numbers like Sig. They're very good at that. I'm not that good at that kind of stuff. A little bit maybe, but yeah. I don't see it that way. And Angelic has just a completely different view that I can't even grasp completely on how he manages his crystals.
Yeah.
But he makes it work, man.
He does.
That's the insane thing, and it just shows that this game has a lot of potential for customization and making different things that are still viable, instead of just only having that obvious, that's the way to go kind of deck. That's what's great about this. It makes for discussion about what is stronger. Is it really red? Is it really blue? Is it green? My opinion is green is the best. But yeah, that's probably because Gold thrashed me the last 3 weeks, and I can't find a real counter to it.
Yeah, mono green is pretty tough.
So
what kind of additions or improvements to the game are you hoping for in the future?
Unpopular opinions incoming. I know people have heard my discussion about Fly, or Reddit more like, and I think people exaggerate what I'm saying, in the sense of, when I say that Fly is too strong, they're thinking way too strong, and what I'm trying to say is it's just that slight bit too strong, and it's that slight bit too it's just on so many monsters, and like Reflect, for example, as an Reflect is kind of a similar ability in a way. It's just against magic, and that's not that prevalent. It's not everywhere. It's not on all cards, and the cards who have it aren't that strong.
Right.
And so you don't have to build your deck around that. You might want to have a poison dagger or two just in case if you have a magic deck. If you have a magic deck, you want that poison just in case someone has it, so you don't lose against that. But you don't have to build your whole deck around that. And a lot of people are just, either choosing to go with fly so that they don't have that fly problem,
right.
So they don't have to avoid fly, or to use magic because magic isn't affected by fly, or so melee decks really kind of fucked when they don't have the fly. And
yep.
So those Muscularts, they're such a great card. I mean, they might be too OP if fly was too weak, but if you just turn it down just a tiny notch of consistency, a certain limit to how many times it can roll the same side of the coin,
per turn.
So that
like as you say that, Angelic had an absolutely wonderful idea. Don't let it proc more than once per turn. That's it. That's all. I think that's all you need to do, and it's beautiful. Then go ahead, dodge once, but I'm going to hit you 2 times. But I'm with you 100% on something should be done about it.
That might be too much of a nerf. You see, that's
Could
what
be.
I'm saying. Just a tiny notch. I was thinking more of an entropy value, or a way of it can miss twice in a row, but that's the max in a row, and then it's going to definitely hit, kind of thing. But it's still doing that roll. The first 2 tries it rolls, but once it gets the same thing twice, then it gets the other kind of thing. Or that's just an example. I'm sure that the devs have a mathematician or a guy who knows these things much better than I do, and who can make that tiny little adjustment. Putaoya, he said that he gave us a little tiny leak that they are thinking of something to counter fly, or of something to go up against fly. So I think the devs see that there is a slight issue with it, or it's slightly too much. I hope so, at least.
Yeah,
that would be my hope.
Me too.
It would make the game more strategic.
Exactly, rather than
even if it's just slightly. I don't want to destroy RNG. Card games are RNG. Just drawing cards is already RNG, but just a little bit more.
Yeah.
A little bit less RNG and a little bit more strategy would be nice.
I'm with you on that, 100%. So, you mentioned a few questions ago, in the community you've met people such as Angelic, Sig, Bry, Gold Knight. You and me do something similar, but we do it in different ways, right? So we occupy kind of the same space, but I'm more towards videos and you're more towards the streaming aspect. I feel like somewhere in the middle is a sort of, I don't know, the only word I got for it is like roundtable. Some sort of roundtable discussion group that we can have with the community to just talk about the game, talk about, what we like, what we didn't like, what we want for the future, or just, to play together, to talk about the game. I don't know. What do you think about that idea?
I think it's a great idea. There's a few guys who do that with CSGO. They're commentators, so they're definitely very professional about it.
Right.
But they're deep in the esports scene. But they do that kind of thing where they have like 4 or 5 people just Skyping together, video conference, and they talk about some. We can talk about cards, we can talk about games, we can also do it about other games maybe that we discover.
Right.
I think it'd be great. We can do it about real life topics. I like real life topics as well.
Something to think about for the future. If you guys want to see that, definitely let us know in the comments, and we'll see what we can do with that. But other than that, thank you so much, Rick/Bacoon, for appearing today on the show again, taking time out of your busy schedule with your kids and the streaming. We really appreciate it.
No problem, man. It's the evening. I'm free. free right now. I'm a free daddy.
Listen, I'm about to leave work and go become a daddy, so we're shifting.
Yeah. Have fun with that, bro.
Yeah.
Good luck.
So thank you guys again. If you want more of Bacoon/Rick, go ahead and join his Discord. I will leave you the link down below. And watch his stream. I will also leave that down below. twitchtv.com/Bacoon and Friends. Thank you so much again, and have a great night.
Have a great night, guys.
So I want to thank everyone for listening today. Really appreciate it. Thank you for liking, subscribing, following, sharing, everything that you do to make my channel a success. I really, really appreciate it. You have any ideas who you'd like me to interview next? Please let me know in the comments. I do have some ones I hope to do if I can get the timing right, but we'll see. Again, thank you so much. If you haven't already, do make sure you do subscribe or follow me. I'd greatly appreciate it. Hope everybody out there has a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time on effdash TV.